Welcome. Thank you for showing up early to your interview.
Yeah,
My name is Phil. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too.
Okay. So I'll be asking some situational questions to determine part of your application to the role. What's the role that you're applying for?
The role I am applying for is a cafe server.
Server. Okay. Okay. All right. So, as a cafe server, you're going to be dealing a lot with customers and interfacing with our public. Can you tell me a time that you had to deal with an unpleasant customer or someone that was difficult and how you resolved the issue?
I really didn't have the time to deal with any unpleasant customers since I didn't experience
Nothing at all?
no.
How about in school? Have you experienced working with anyone that was difficult on a project or a team or anything like that?
Yes.
Can you describe that and how you resolved any issues or conflicts?
Well, since he was not doing any work, we kind of just let him go. So we got more productive that way.
Did you discuss that with him, or how did you do that?
We discussed it with him.
In a group setting? Were you the leader? How did that go on?
In a group setting.
Okay. As a cafe server, there will be times that you will have to deal with hot temperatures or potential safety issues. Can you explain to me what kind of safety issues or safety precautions you would take, or how to avoid any hazards? What are the hazards you perceive that are in this job?
Usually from warming up or heating up liquids for the customers, such as coffee and milk.
So those are the hazards you perceive? Yes?
And other things probably might be spillage on the floor.
What are the steps you would take to prevent having any of these issues present themselves?
Spot it right away and clean it up. And alert other people that are working around the workplace.
Okay. Can you name one of your strengths and one of your weaknesses?
One of my strengths is hard working and at least fast learning, although one of my weaknesses could be stubbornness and laziness at times.
Laziness, what was the other part?
Stubbornness.
Stubbornness. Do you think that would pose a problem if you were to be employed here?
No,
Why not?
because I have to overcome my own weaknesses and I have to learn that this is a workplace and not my house.
Okay. What can you tell me about our company?
That is pretty upstanding, pretty nice, quiet, and a place that you can only hear your own thoughts. Other than that, people just come here, read a book, or sit at the cafe and have a drink.
Do you know what our mission statement is?
Not exactly.
What is the company called?
Barnes and Nobles.
So So you discussed a lot about our cafe. Do you know much about our books?
Yes.
Can you discuss any of that with me?
Sell a plethora of books, ranging from fiction, nonfiction, history, and probably even documentaries. Even some textbooks that are required for class, but not plenty. You have to search that online.
Do we have an online component to our books?
Yes.
Do we price match?
Not exactly sometimes.
Do you know about the Dewey Decimal System?
Yes.
Can you explain to me how it works?
First, it is done by the tens, and then you work your way to the whole numbers.
Do you know the difference between fiction and nonfiction?
Fiction is something that cannot be real. Nonfiction, it's real.
So you said fiction
It's not real. It cannot happen.
and nonfiction?
It's real. It could happen, or it can, or it has been, or it happened.
So is Lord of the Rings, what is that?
Fiction. Inspired off nonfiction.
What about Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter?
Fiction. Inspired off nonfiction.
Do you know about our self-help books?
As in,
Do you know that we carry them?
yes.
Tell me why you want to work here.
Well, I like the quiet atmosphere. Not too loud as many other retail places.
I see that you have no experience. Why should I take a risk on you?
Because as I've stated before, as one of the challenges, that I'm a fast learner.
Can you tell me about a time you had to communicate an issue or something that was really important to a boss or someone that held a role of importance to you?
Yes. When I was taking pictures at a convention, right away after I was done editing and shooting, I went straight direct to my boss.
What was the issue?
It was that the SD card wasn't working, so I had to get that fixed right away.
Did you help with the resolution, or did you just present it to him and walk away?
I helped with the resolution, and I had to find substitutes.
What was the issue?
The SD card was a bit bent on one of the pins.
Was it your fault, or was it something that it was loaded wrong?
It was
Can you
loaded
describe
wrong.
the issue to me? Do you know if it was done? Was it you, or was it someone else that loaded it wrong?
It was someone else.
Was it difficult for you to communicate that up to your employer that potentially you might have found someone not doing their job?
Yeah, but I had to take full responsibility.
Do you have an issue with cleaning?
No.
Any allergies or any medical conditions that would prevent you from doing this job?
No.
Can you let me know what the last book was that you read?
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas by Hunter S. Thompson.
Can you give me a 4 to 5 sentence synopsis of that book?
It's about two journalists. It's about gonzo journalism and how he went to Las Vegas. And when he went to Las Vegas, he was trying to find the American dream. What he ended up spiraling down with is drugs, a suitcase, and trying to find his own way throughout Las Vegas. Sometimes getting lost.
Stop, that's 5 sentences. Do you have your own personal grading system for books that you've read?
Not really. I just usually analyze what I've just read.
Are you an avid reader?
No.
How many books do you read a month?
None.
When did you read Fear and Loathing?
About 3 months ago.
Do you read any magazines?
Yes.
Which magazines?
Imagine FX. But that's on the iPad.
Do you believe that electronic documents and reading is the way of the future?
Yes.
So what do you think that would do to a business like ours at Barnes & Noble's?
That's why we have the Kindle.
Do you have a Kindle? Do you own a Kindle?
No.
Do you know anyone that owns a Kindle?
No.
So part of our business here at Barnes & Noble is selling the Kindle. Would you be able to pick up some of the technical attributes of this and be able to describe to someone that might be interested in buying it?
Yes.
Do you own a tablet at all?
Yes.
What type of tablet?
An iPad.
Do you like the iPad over the Kindle?
I think all tablets are the same. They do what they're supposed to do.
So knowing that everything would go to a tablet, what do you think would become of some of our locations here at Barnes & Noble?
What?
Since you stated that tablets and electronic readers are the way of the future, what do you think a business like ours at Barnes & Noble, like this site, can do to stay competitive?
As an alternate means to just grab a book and read through the pages. Some people still prefer to read through pages. Some people prefer to read on tablets. Either which way, it's still accessible to the public.
So this location, you would either work in the cafeteria or the cafe, or you would work on the floor. Do you have an issue with doing both?
No.
Have you had much customer experience at all?
Yes.
Can you describe it to me?
As a server.
Or at?
JJ&R Cafe.
How long ago was that?
5 years ago.
Can you tell me what you liked about that job?
Well, I at least got to experience what a job was like.
So why should I hire you over some of these other applicants?
Because I have previous job experience.
What's your availability like?
I have classes in the morning and afternoon.
So what time would that be?
On Monday 1 through 5 and Tuesday 1 through 5. On Wednesday 8 to 5 and on Tuesday 8 to 12.
So you have limited availability?
Yeah, from Monday through Thursday. But on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I'm free all day.
Do you have an issue with opening early in the morning?
No.
How about closing late at night?
No.
think that's all the questions I have. Is there any questions you have for me?
No.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, and we will get back to you once we've interviewed our pool. We'll see you out now. You handed me the garbage. You were supposed to shake my hand, goof.